you create a perception in the mind of people. This is how the organization is. You create a brand by doing talent management. So talent management actually helps in branding so that right people can come in. And when right people come in, your talent management job becomes much easier. So the quality of your ice cream actually determines that you remember the name of that ice cream. So if your talent management practices are good, your talent acquisition job is much, much easier.
Hello everyone, welcome to the season 2 of the Recruiting Revolution. Our guest today is Harjeet Khandoja, who is the Senior Vice President, Human Resource at Reliance Jio. Harjeet wears many hats, boasting a diverse background as a TEDx speaker, author, poet, influencer, and of course, HR leader. His remarkable achievements include multiple awards such as HR Personality of the Year, Top 100 HR Minds, Top 100 Global Thought Leaders, Pride of the Nation, and many more. Notably, Harjeet has contributed significantly to HR technology with 4 published patents and actively engages with various NGOs. Welcome to the show, Harjeet. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks, Harjeet. Harjeet, before we dive in, can you tell us about your amazing journey so far?
I don't know whether it is amazing or not, but I had a journey. And like every other journey, there are ups, there are downs. So the best part is I enjoyed the journey.
That is true. About your about your journey into human resources altogether, we would love to know about that journey as well.
So basically, I did my engineering from IIT Roorkee. That time it was not called IIT Roorkee. That was University of Roorkee, and I joined Tata Motors as an industrial engineer. And since industrial engineering department at that point in time was reporting into HR, that's how I landed in HR. So I worked in HR, then I got interest in HR. I got a choice to move to, say, production planning and control, which is another function of industrial engineering. But I chose to stick with HR, did formal education in HR, and I've navigated through multiple organizations from startups. Most of my life has been into startups which have grown big. So be it Tata Motors, Lucknow plant, which was very small and when it started, or be it Enthilio, which was another organization which I was into, which was like 5 people organization. Then Reliance Retail, I was there from the build stage, and Reliance Jio, I was there since the inception of the organization. So I've joined organizations which are small and I've grown them big. So that's how my journey has been.
That is amazing. Harjeet, you've been in the industry for such a long time. What are your thoughts on talent acquisition altogether? Like, have you seen what changes, like drastic changes, have you seen since you joined the HR industry long ago?
And look, frankly speaking, talent acquisition is the same. You basically need talent to run the organization. The way of going for talent has changed. And that has changed because society has changed. So earlier, people used to work on pen and paper. Computers were not there. Then computers came. After computers, mobiles came. So society changed its behavior. And then organizations tried to adapt to the same behavior. First for customers, then for employees, then for candidates. So I have seen that journey of organizations going through doing pen and paper interviews or taking tests in pen and paper, then doing, doing assessments on computers and then on mobile, and then do away with assessment by using, say, bots for interviewing people. So that has been an amazing journey. In fact, the way gig is coming, I believe going forward, there are not going to be interviews even for some of the positions.
So only the technical assessment can, like, without any interviews.
You tell me, when you hire Uber drivers, do you take a test that, okay, drive the vehicle for me?
Oh yeah, that.
You apply and you get selected. And if your customers don't rate you, then you don't get bookings. Otherwise, you are the supplier at Uber or you are the driver at Uber. You talk about Swiggy, you talk about any other digital platform which is coming in the gig space. It is the same story. There are no interviews, there are no assessments. It is whether you have the driving license or not.
Yeah.
So talent acquisition is changing big time. In fact, this is the cusp when talent acquisition is actually going to change drastically.
That is true. Also, recruitment and hiring has played quite a role in 2023. Be it due to layoffs, but after layoffs, also, like, the HRs and talent acquisition people are still searching for great talent, and everything beyond that. How do you think that talent acquisition and talent management connects in this era
And do you have ice cream?
right now?
No, no. Do you have ice cream? Which ice cream do you like?
Chocolate.
Which company?
Company, it's Amul maybe.
Amul. So why Amul?
It's easily accessible, like I can get it anywhere.
Yeah. And it is good also.
It's tasty. Yeah.
So like talent acquisition and talent management, that's how they're linked. So what you do is you create a perception in the mind of people. This is how the organization is. You create a brand by doing talent management. So talent management actually helps in branding so that right people can come in. And when right people come in, your talent management job becomes much easier. So the quality of your ice cream actually determines that you remember the name of that ice cream.
Yeah.
So if your talent management practices are good, your talent acquisition job is much, much easier.
That is true. Also, uh, like, layoffs happened. And, uh, like, what do you think? Like, in talent management, like, have has like should leadership, like, should have played a better role in talent management?
Frankly speaking, this is a business decision whether you are doing uh, something, um, whether company is making money or not. And that is primarily the responsibility of leadership. If people join you because of trust, you have Amul because one is it is easily accessible, second is it is good, and third, you have a trust in that brand that it is not going to serve you anything which is unhygienic. So in a same manner, look, trust has three aspects. The first aspect is that they call as organizational trust. So when you look at some organization, you try to see whether this organization is fair, whether it has fair policies or not, whether it treats everyone same or similar, gives equal opportunity, takes care of diversity. So that creates organizational trust that I will not be treated unfairly. Second is strategic trust, where leadership comes in. So in organization trust also, the leadership comes in depending on how you build the organization. And second is strategic trust, which basically comes from how your organization is doing. Your question on layoffs happen when company is not able to generate revenue and you are not able to serve customers, or customers are not willing to pay for your services. So to cut down your losses, You have to prune the organization, and that's why layoffs happen. So this is a oversight. It is not that leadership wants to send people home. It is whether we are able to provide value to the customer or not. So, and third is personal trust, how you are being treated at an interview. So the kind of how you experience that organization. Uh, so if these three trusts are built right by the leadership team, that whosoever is interacting with the candidate uh, should meet candidate in a certain way so that you deliver a consistent experience, which is world class, then whosoever is coming in will say, okay, this is a good place to work. They are making money, so there will not be layoffs or I will not have any job security issues. And third is they are treating me nicely. And that's how people make decisions uh, on whether to join an organization or not. And that's the role which leadership plays.
Got it. Also, with leadership, in the realm of talent management, do you think HR plays as important role as the leadership thing? Or like, what's the status there?
You tell me, uh, who ensures that organizational trust is intact? That is one place um, which is built primarily by the HR along with leadership. Then who makes sure that your managers, when they are interacting with people, they are trained well so that they are able to give consistent experience to employees. That is again largely done by HR in the large organizations. Although it is everyone's responsibility, but training these people how to deliver experience is something where HR comes in and HR plays a major role.
Got it. You mentioned about the candidate experience. I think one of the most interesting things this year happened has to be, the rise of AI and automation. Do you think that, AI will play a big part in shaping high performing talent acquisition team? I mean, it already is proving that, but what are your thoughts on that?
I have slightly different thoughts. Look, why we are saying that AI has come with a bang? Because we saw, say, a certain set of tools on generative AI side, and suddenly we are like amazed that, okay, uh, which somebody can write a letter for us, which is grammatically correct and there are no spelling mistakes, and you can have a conversation with that generative AI tool. And other companies are also following suit. So now, whether it has impacted HR or not, it has impacted HR in a very different manner. Like as HR guys, you conduct assessments to assess whether you are getting the right people or not. Now, candidates have become smarter using your generative AI tools. Whatever questions you ask, they have answers ready because on the side, they have opened a screen which is generative AI, or they're sharing the screen with someone who is kind of giving answers. Even when you are taking tests and you are taking tests in virtual environment, you never know who is taking the test and whether that. So the relevance of tests have gone down drastically, and um, proxy hiring has gone up because of um, the advent of AI. Whether HR is able to catch up or not, that is a question. And frankly speaking, HR has not caught up at the speed at which candidates have understood the technology and have started using it. So HR has a big task to actually redefine the whole thing for themselves so that the assessments are relevant. They are still able to find the right people.
I think that can be done only through one-to-one
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Once the assessment is done, Of course, a technical interview has to be done to make sure that the person is real and, yeah.
Suppose 100 people apply, you can't do one-to-one with 100 people.
Yeah.
That's why you do a screening.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I will get the 10 out of these 100 people because I want to hire one. And I will talk to those 10 people and select one. Now, we basically come down to, okay, can I get 3 people? Now, if you were using technology to bring down that 100 to 10, and suddenly you find that out of 190 people qualify, then you have to look at the whole scenario innovatively, and you have to start using technology in a much better manner so that you are still able to find the right people out of those 100 people.
That is true.
Mm.
So, when you talk about AI, like, what are your favorite tools that you love to use in this time?
So, look, um, I have been using AI extensively uh, for my work. One, of course, is ChatGPT, which I have been using um, for various purposes. In fact, first time I came to know that, okay, ChatGPT can conduct an interview for uh, candidates, and it can generate relevant questions for candidates. It can write letters very quickly. So thing is, you have to understand prompt engineering, and if you understand little bit of prompt engineering, that what kind of prompts will give you what kind of result, then uh, it can be fantastic. So it is fantastic. Apart from that, I have been using AI for identifying proxy hiring. So I have seen that through face recognition and everything, and this is something um, you're able to figure out whether the same person is joining your organization, the person who has appeared in the interview, or the person who has taken the test. So proxy hiring has become easy. You can actually look at your job descriptions, and you can make your job descriptions. Uh, mm, this is called ensuring diversity. So if your job description, generally when you write job descriptions, you use certain words which give masculinity or femininity to that job description. So you can actually make a job description neutral. Then I've been using AI for recommendations. In fact, a lot of platforms right now give this facility to candidates that for a job description, how can you make your resume uh, which fits the job description, and how can you improve your resume in such a manner? Now, one way it is good. Another way for a HR person, you have to actually figure out that how it is to be done. I have been also using AI for studying the behavior of high performers and their skill sets, and making sure that those kind of profiles are available in the market. So, apart from that, look, there are multiple applications which have helped me. Like I was looking at the queries which people and the questions people ask, and I gave that job to someone. Uh, so there were like almost 100,000 queries. So the person was able to, like, at the end of the day, the person was at 100th query. So I said, how will you will take 1,000 days to read the queries. Then we used the AI engine, basically an ML or algorithm, to figure out what are the trends in the queries. And within 4 hours, we were able to get the insights from those 100,000 queries that mm, which are the areas we need to work on so that the number of queries can come down. Now, this is something especially when you're dealing with volume, AI comes very handy. And there are hundreds and hundreds of use cases in HR itself where you can use artificial intelligence and um, it can make your life much, much easier.
Yeah, that is amazing. Also, in the context of talent acquisition, also an AI, like what AI can and can't do.
Okay. Um, you have seen a bicycle?
Yeah.
You own a bicycle? Now, what bicycle does is, so the question is like what bicycle can do and what bicycle cannot do. And thing is, you can walk and you can use a bicycle. In case you're using a bicycle, you have to paddle it yourself and you reach wherever you want to reach faster, slightly faster. Now, if you take a motorbike, you can reach even faster and you don't have to paddle it also. So what it does is basically it makes you lazy. And that's what AI also does. It makes you lazy because you stop thinking. The most important thing is, suppose if self-driven car is there. So it will do exactly what your motorbike is doing, but in motorbike you have to say have a balance. Here in self-driven car, you don't have to have a balance. You don't even have to tell the route also, but still you have to tell the destination. So the most important thing which AI cannot do in the near future is tell you where you want to go. That is something which you have to decide yourself that where you want to go. So the, whether you want to, so this is called drive. Whether you want to use it for diversity, whether you want to use it for recommendations, whether you want to use it for improving your job specifications, whether you want to use it for video or facial recognition, whether you want to use it for evaluation. So that is totally up to you.
Got it. Also, like what advice can you give, the talent acquisition leaders on AI strategy? Because everyone wants to use AI for everything. So, like, what strategy would you suggest, like a talent acquisition person?
So what I would recommend is the strategy, you can call it mobile. Be mobile. Uh, and this is slightly more human because you have to define what you want to achieve. So uh, M means map your market. Understand what is that your business is looking for and where you will get that talent. Instead of running around and thinking that AI will do the job for me and I will go to a system or tool. First is which system or tool. There are different type of people available on different tools. So look what is the kind of talent you're looking for and where that talent is available. So map your market. Second is optimize your job description. So one thing which ChatGPT has made people lazy, and I have seen people talking about, Are, now nobody makes job description. You just say job description of a sales guy and it gives you job description. Point is, that is a generic job description. Will you select people based on that generic job description? Job description is there to make a decision at your end that what are the skills I need in that person which are relevant to my business. If you're not paying attention to that, then you're going to get all wrong candidates. So that is MO. B is build connections and communities. So talk to people who are of interest. So in case you are into graphic designers, then there is a portal specifically for graphic designers. Go there, connect with people, build a community yourself uh, within that portal or outside. Then beforehand, keep interviewing people interview people using bots, or you can use you can interview people yourself, so that you have a history of the people you know who are good in the market. So whenever you need to create a talent pipeline for that, and then leverage relationships, the relationships when you which you build. So any senior TA guy you talk to will always tell you, uh, build relationships so that you can actually use those relationships when you actually need people for a specific role. And the last part is explore employment models. And but the way future industry is going to be, there are no longer full-time regular employees. It is not that it will completely go away, but the way right now it is that 90% is regular employment, it is not going to be that way. A significant chunk of this is going to get into being employment model. So try to explore and look at how people will behave uh, in terms of different employment models. And based on that, you choose what AI tools or technology tools you need and how you want to define the future for you and your organization.
Got it. Also, you mentioned that, the tenure of an employee is decreasing, as you're going in the future. Like, what do you think might be the reason of that?
And look, it is not the tenure of the employee is decreasing. It is the society has opened up. Look, earlier people used to um, have only one marriage and have only one job. That was the norm of the society. Then people used to have, say, multiple jobs, and divorcing was something which was, it's like if you are not liking somebody, so you don't have to live that person for whole life. That became acceptable to society. Now it is like uh, you can have multiple relationships and it is okay, and you can date multiple people at the same time. You don't have to have a contract with them. You don't have to bind into marriage. And same thing is coming into employment. So when you say tenure is coming down, it is it is an impact of the society. So society is impacting the way people behave and uh, how they want to live their life. So organization should also find a way to adjust to it.
Got it. Um, yeah, got the point. And also, continuing this question, and also, as my final question, like, what are you expecting the market to look like, as we move into 2024? Like, what kind of outlook, have we got to look forward to?
So look, if somebody is getting married, then do you think they buy furniture before getting married? Say they're like uh, in next 3 months. Do you think they are going to buy furniture? No. Why?
I mean, but they are not. The person is not yet married. Like, where will like there's no point of purchasing.
No. The thing is, you're going to have a partner after some days,
Yeah.
and maybe there will be a new thought process and choice of everyone. A new You will work as a
They
team,
would
but
have like getting married. Oh, sure. Okay, then yeah, so of course.
so you will not make that investment now. You will make that investment when you get married, right? 2024 is like that. It is an election year. So everyone is waiting that what is going to happen. So there will be a lot of positivity. There will be a lot of excitement, but there will be very less action. So that's what my outlook for 2024 is. And that people would like to see, and maybe towards the end of 2024, there is going to be a sudden boom.
And in terms of talent acquisition and human resource, like in human resource field, how do you think, like, because AI has played the part in 2023, it became a boom. So what can we expect in 2024?
Frankly speaking, nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. Nobody was able to predict that 2023 something major is going to happen. 2024, if we are able to adapt to the change which has already come, and whatever other companies have been predicting or have been saying or claiming that we will bring this or that product, let those products come and seep in. So 2024, as I said, is going to be a lot of excitement that something is going to happen, but it will take another 6 months for something to happen. So after 6 months, right, like I said, towards the end of 2024, um, yeah, next Diwali is going to be a great time. So till then, there is going to be a lot of excitement and positivity. But during Diwali, uh, it is going to be a big season and a good season for the talent and for the companies.
Got it. So, thank you so much for, all the insights and all the questions that you answered. And it has been a pleasure talking to you, Harjeet.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Harjeet.